Welcome to Duke's United show, and today we're talking United, aren't we? It's a weekly show, and we're back with Lauren again and Alex. It's great to see you back on, Lauren. Not seen you a little while, and of course, Alex, good to see you as well. So, both of you, obviously, before I'll let one of you say what you want to say. Lauren, how's it feel to be back on the show with a win behind us?
I'm buzzing to be back. It has really been a long time, so good to get talking about it again.
Good. And Alex, how are you feeling after last night's comeback and Garnacho madness?
Oh gosh, I feel really good. I think after last week's Sunday, I needed this. So yeah, it was great, and I'm just so happy for Garnacho. So it's happy days.
Yeah, unbelievable. He's showing some ability. So what he did in pre-season, that's actually showing that's what he's about. So I'm really, really happy about him. That should have actually been a point today. I should have actually made that a point of today to talk about him even more. But we can still talk about him because he's that good. Just the comments are coming in already. Can't believe Maguire's been picked for England. I'm sure Harry can't believe it either. So I'm pleased Shaw is in though. We'll talk about that later. We will talk about that later. That's one of the topics. Nathan and the ladies. Okay. Right, let's go. Let's dive straight into the first one because I know I've already done a little bit on this when it actually came out, but I haven't got to speak to you two about it. I want to get your thoughts on it. Lauren, talk to me about this familiar badge. This badge here.
Yes.
And this person here who we keep being linked with. So it's always something with us and him. So talk to me about Barcelona. What are your thoughts on we getting them in the first place? Was it rigged? Number one. Number two is, can we beat this team? Are they as good as they're not as good as they used to be, but are they good enough to really take us out of this from this stage? What are you saying?
Firstly, I'm really not surprised that we got him in the draw. Like anyone that was surprised, don't know where you've been for the past however many years. Like it was always going to happen. Especially when we had the likes of De Jong linked to us as well. And just obviously the comments that he made saying obviously he wanted to stay playing Champions League football, etc., etc. And now he's in the Europa League playing against us, so it's kind of a bit like karma's a bitch, really, isn't it? But
yes, it is.
It kind of feels good just to be like, didn't work out so well for you, did it? I'm excited to play them. I think we can beat them. Yeah. They're not the Barcelona of old, and obviously we're not the Man United of old really either. And but we've had a little bit longer to get used to that. Whereas Barca are kind of still in the middle of it. So I think we can beat them. I think if we obviously it's going to be quite soon after the World Cup and the Premier League starts and everything like that. So I think that's going to be quite hard with players out, but they'll have the same anyway. But I think it's a good draw. Like I'm excited for the game, to be honest with you.
I can't wait. The thing is, is Barca have come down to this league, so it must show they're not good enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Otherwise they'll still be in there. So end of the day, they come down to our league now. You got to come to what we do. Let's show them how it works in this league. Alex, what's your thoughts on it too?
I mean, my thoughts are that Barcelona have pulled about 1,000 levers, got every player that you think is amazing, and they're in the Europa League. I just find that funny. I love that that story. No, do you know? I just like Lauren said. I knew it was going to be Barcelona. I think Europa League want to make it exciting. They want it to be like a big game that everyone wants to watch. So fair enough. Yeah. And I say we should do it. I say we should definitely play them and have that match. And I'm looking forward to it because it will just show where we are and what we can do. And I feel like Barcelona, we could easily beat them, I feel like, because they're just not the same team that we used to fear like years and years ago. So there's not that same fear. I mean, I feel like Xavi's on Ole's level anyway in terms of management, and it's only going to be a matter of time before we see him gone.
Oh my days, he's on Ole's levels, That's not the best to say. You're trying to kill him there. Oh, Harry is here. Good to see you, Harry.
I'm looking forward to it. I tried to get a ticket and it was just
not in it.
No, I just couldn't. It was like there was 90,000 people ahead of me and there's probably 6,000 tickets. I was like, forget it.
Yeah, you're gonna have a struggle there unless you go down on the day and you buy one for like 1,000 or something. I don't know. I don't think there's any other way. But the problem, from what I understand, is they went and just bought loads of players. And like I'm saying, one of the points we're going to come up later with is the Donny van de Beek situation. And for me, looking at the Barcelona situation, they brought in just players everywhere and they expected just gel. You can't.
Bit like Forest.
Yeah, you can't. Exactly like Forest. I was down there. I worked down there quite a bit, and I speak to a lot of fans, and I'm sitting there speaking to them like, we've just bought a whole new team. We've won the league, and we don't even have any of the players that we won the league with, and we're expected to stay up. We're not going to stay up because we don't even know our players. We don't know each other. It's going to take us half a season to get to know each other. By then, we'll already be relegated. So that's the same with Barca. They think they can buy their way to Champions League winnings. I don't think so. It's not happening. And guys in the comments, what are you thinking about it as well? We'll put it up and see what you think. But yeah, so it's nice to see Donny, to see De Jong going to be around us, because then he won't be able to say, listen, I want Champions League. Maybe that's another step closer to joining us at some point in the future. We'll see. But yeah, it's wishful thinking in it. But let's move on.
Maybe next summer, not now. I think January we need a centre forward. I don't need Frankie now.
Yeah, actually, on that, who is your centre forward? We've been linked with a few different people now. Now we have been linked with Osimhen. We've been linked with Kane. I don't know if that's even gonna happen. People still talk about Tony like he's able to leave, but that's another player. I mentioned that I liked Ollie Watkins the other day. I was saying I like what he's about, or everything he's about, his movement, his finishing, his speed. Obviously, he's not probably going to go anyway. He's going to be at Villa. But who else is there, apart from looking like, you've got the João Felix, but he's not really a striker, is he? So out of all of those, Lauren, she's missing. Maybe Alex first. Out of all of those, Alex, who is your top choice of those? Or if there's someone I haven't mentioned, who would be your top choice of those?
Oh, I think my top choice out of those. Maybe you don't. It's Harry Kane. It's Harry Kane.
Yeah, we said that.
Imagine Harry Kane and Eriksen linking up again and just like pinging in those goals would be flying in if he was playing for us. Right. Honestly, I would break the bank for Harry Kane. And
I'm asking you a question, Alex, on this. Got to ask you a question on this.
Yeah.
We have Cristiano, and we can't supply any chances for him. And I feel like we need a forward that can make his own chances. Yeah. And I think like Kane is one of them guys, if you give him chances, he'll score for fun.
Yeah.
But we're not set up. I'm looking at our players and I can't see how we're set up to be able to give Harry Kane 30 goals in a season, where he would get it at Tottenham, but not here. I just don't. I love him and I think he'd do amazing. But would he do amazing with Anthony and Rashford supplying him? That's my question.
I really do. So, for example, those like crosses that we were getting into the box that, for example, yesterday, like the Harry Maguire missed, and there was another one where McTominay missed before. He would be getting those and burying those, I feel like. I just think that those are good. And I think you underestimate him a lot because he can make chances. Like he runs at like goalkeepers, defenders. Like he's not like he drops deep as well to help the team. And it's like even when I was watching the Champions League, when Hobia got that goal in the final where they got through, it's like just even creating that for others. There's an all-roundedness to his game. So it's like if it's not just him scoring, he's going to help everyone else as well on the team. So I think that would be a good option. But my other curveball to this is that I feel like with Garnacho, I think if he's on the left, we could potentially have Martial and Rashford playing as centre forwards, and then we could have Anthony on the right, and then that could solve the problem for a little bit. I feel like.
I think so myself. So, that's a really good.
Gakpo, then where
Gakpo, that's it. Get him. He looks like the dead cert to come in January. Like I can't think of anyone else who looks so like they could possibly easy come without being too much money. And we could just get the job done. And it's a young player. For me, I'm thinking long term as well. I like the fact of Harry Kane and the fact that he's still not too old yet. Still, he's 30, isn't he? 29, 30. So he's still got a few years left in him. But I just look at the Osimhen situation. I think he's got a rounded game about him as well. And he's young. So he's going to give us a lot more years if you're spending that kind of money. So that's the only thing that pushes me kind of. It's like an equal thing, and it shouldn't be because Osimhen's so much younger, but Kane is so good at finishing. You can't put it as, you can't put Osimhen ahead of him no matter how many years younger he is. But Lauren, before your screen went off, I was coming to you. I was asking you.
I was running away.
No, don't ask me. No. So the question was, out of all the players that we've been linked with, who would be your number one to come in, considering the way we play as well, and longevity in terms of, coming in and actually being here for years to come to kill it for us in that number 9?
I think I was saying Ivan Toney for, even this weekend, and I thought he was a realistic one for us to sign in the January transfer. But then obviously with the talks of Gakpo and things like that, so I Kane is not for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't want him.
No
for
problem.
me, I can't
Let us
see
know
him in
why.
the team.
Yeah,
I can't.
Why do you feel that? Why do you feel that?
Alex is like already tried to prove my points wrong by saying, and I don't mind like a poacher number 9, but I don't know. I think he can a lot of the time rely on his other teammates, and right now I don't know how much he can rely on the people around him. I'm not saying like we are in a much better position now, but I just don't know how reliable it is week in, week out.
Exactly what I said, though. I just asked that question to Alex. Why would, picking Kane, knowing the way we play our football, do you really think that's a good option for us? He said, yeah, we could. I can see it working as well, but I just think, one second. I just think that I'd like a mobile player, like very mobile. I know Kane is still quite mobile, but I mean like someone who can actually do their bits on their own sometimes. Like like Martial. We know if he can get on it and he comes at you, he can run at you and just bag. But Harry Kane, he won't beat you. He'll open up an angle and bag. So it's a different kind of football. I understand that. And I understand where you're both coming from, to be fair, because exactly the points I'm thinking. I love the guy, but I'm not sure he's right for our system. But the fact that we've got Anthony in now and he's not going to be sold for any time soon. So he's got to be able to start producing assists. Our wingmen got to give assists. And they need to have 10 assists a season. We can't be messing about. Remember the question we had in the group about how many goals are we going to score this year? How low are we going? You think about it, who's going to get 20? And you're thinking maybe one player or two, and then everyone else is like 5, 6, and you're like, probably going to get about 60 goals this year. 60, that's poor. We need 100. We need over 100. Anyway, let's just read out a few of these comments and move on to the next one. So we've got Barcelona doing well right now, but February is far, far away. I fancy us against Barca. Harry Kane would cost how much, Alex? You can answer that in a sec. Kane likes to drop deep. Don't think he would be allowed to do that at United. Not sure Kane would come. Gakpo would be cheap. Then we can go buy world-class right back. Because I hear Aaron Wan-Bissaka is going to Palace, actually. I'd rather Son instead of Kane. Up front in the number 9, Paul?
No way.
Are you serious, Paul? Are you serious? But anyway, yeah, I understand. Son is sick. But we're on to the next.
I was going to say, Kane's got a year left on his contract, and then he's not going to stay at Spurs, so he'll be on a free. So potentially that could be an option, maybe next year, year after.
But okay, we are on to the second one here. This man, there's a lot of debate about him. Everyone's hating on him at the minute for some reason, giving him one chance to get to play well.
No.
At one game, he doesn't do anything. In a game where we all played bad. Then last game we played, I don't know what they're expecting from him from my side. I'm going to let you guys speak first. Then I'll talk about my side from a player's point of view, from in the changing room point of view, from talking to players who are not playing and, just that kind of point of view. Give you guys a little bit more understanding from where I'm coming from after you say what you're saying. So, Lauren, talk to me about Donny van der Beek.
Oh, I will. I have been very vocal about this man for a very long time. This free Donny stuff. Right, okay, let me start from the beginning. This man has now had how many since just coming to United and going out on loan, he's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 managers, I think, including when he had his spell at Everton. And none of these managers have wanted to play him. Why is this? There has to be a reason somewhere why 5 different managers do not want to play him and have benched him. For me, there is your answer. There's obviously something wrong. And when he comes on, I know, I get it. He's not had a long string of games where he can become match fit and gel with the team and work on things, but they obviously don't want to play him. So how is he supposed to do that? I just, when I've seen him, I haven't seen enough for me to think he needs to get a chance in, week out. So we sell him.
Not bad. Alex, what you got to say on this matter? Very divided opinion at the minute. Well, I think it's more edging towards people saying he goes. So it's actually unpopular opinion that I've got. But what are you saying, Alex?
I think a few things. I think that it's a real shame that when he came in the first place, like he wasn't really given a chance. But I think it's really hard when you've got Bruno there and in playing in that same position. It's like it's a no-brainer. You want to pick Bruno just because you know that Bruno will give you something. But I feel like for me, I was always like wondering why didn't Ollie play him and Fred in a pivot or him and McTominay in a pivot rather than it just being those two, because it was like it was really frustrating to understand. And I think the reason why like this saga's just been like drawing out is because he didn't get a chance. So it's like everyone felt sorry for him, like what's going on. And then obviously it wasn't working. Then you see, like Lauren was saying, we've had different managers. I don't know. The thing is, I wouldn't necessarily say with Carrick and Rangnick that like I think they were trying to do their best, but that particular time Carrick was kind of like under a lot of pressure. So he wanted to pick the players that he felt like, okay, I know what you can do because I've seen it week in, week out lately. I think under Eric Ten Hag, he knows what Donny can do because he's coached him and so he's seen him before. And I think I was reading somewhere where he was saying that Donny has to fight for his place. He's not willing to put him up for loan in January, and he wants him to fight for his place. It's going to be really challenging. But he said if he can't break through, then then it's not a loan case. He's going to sell him. So this is down to him now. He's got to take his chance, like everybody has been lately. They've been stepping up to the plate when it's been their turn. So he just has to do the same, unfortunately. And that's just how it goes. So if it comes to selling him up, I wouldn't be sad, but it's just one of those things where you hate to see it with a player because when it doesn't work out, because you want everyone to do well at United. So sad.
Yeah. Well, again, look in the comments. We've got James at Football Fitness saying he couldn't come on today. His body shut him down. But however, Donny needs to go. Come on. Wow. Okay. And then United Boy says Donny is perfect for Ten Hag. At Ajax, he was borderline world class. And then Alex Carrington says, Donny has to go. Simply isn't suited to the Premier League. And then United Boy comes back straight. Donny is a baller, simple. So I'm just going to give you my point of view, okay? So just so you understand where I'm coming from. So obviously seeing him at Ajax, he's balling out, but he's not that player who everyone's talking about in the Ajax side. He's just part of the team that makes the cogs go. Okay, so he's never going to be the one who everyone's talking about. Wow, look at what he does. He does this, that. He does the simple things very well, and his intelligence gets people, gets the team into certain situations which you wouldn't get in if he was there. So that's number one. So and then he comes to United, and we're so struggling. We can't even afford to put him in the side because we need players who can help defend and help the defense. So that's why we had Fred and McTominay in there, who had less ability on the ball, less technical ability completely, but they were good at ratting around and stopping things. So they thought, which evil am I going to have? Am I going to have a Donny in there who can't really defend as well as these two? Or am I going to have Fred and McTominay who can't play football as well, but they can stop the other teams? So he thought, I'm going with them. That's why Donny was sitting on the bench. 100% agree with that myself, because the way we were playing, we could never afford to play him in there and be a liability defensively because he's not that good defensively. So that's that point. Then we move on and we start getting a better team now. So he's not been in the team. And when he does get in, he's put with the reserves. So it's not, you can't really do anything when you get put one game in the cup and then another game in the cup, and then you're not even in your position. I remember pre-season he played with Matic against Everton, balling out. I was like, this is the midfield. Like, this is the best midfield we've got. Why does he not play? So that game he played very, very well. We won the game easy. I think it was 3-1. And that was like me thinking, right, I want to see him come. And he never got his chance, really, until that. I remember we was against Watford away. We were losing. And he comes on second half and absolutely bosses it for us. Playing the balls in, crossing balls forever, scores a goal, sets up someone. Like his ball playing, we can see that's exactly what we was missing in Fred and McTominay. So then I'm like, he's surely going to play again now. Then he's not playing anymore. And I'm like, what's going on here? Why? He just played such an amazing game. One of the games where everyone wants to see. And then he's not playing. So anyway, then what happens is he goes on loan to Everton and he's playing in a 4-4-2 in a struggling side. And that's where his defensive side comes. It's like, nah, mate, I can't afford to play you in a 2, mate. You're not good enough defensively. We can't do that. And that's where we saw him on the bench. And then fast forward to now. So he gets injured. Ten Hag comes back. We're like, surely if anyone's going to play him, it's Ten Hag. So he comes in. He's been injured now. So he's just come back from injury from all this time. And we all want to see him do well. He's not even really played this season. He gets in the first game. He's not with the first team anyway. But you can't even expect him to be a Superman because he ain't Superman anyway. Like, he doesn't do that kind of stuff. Like I said, he's like the guy who pops the ball around and makes the extra pass, and he lures players in and makes them passes happen. So then, what did we do against Villa? We played against Villa. We all poor. The ball's moving very slow, and there's no space for anyone to do anything. And we're talking about Donny like he should supply some magic out of nowhere. He's not even match fit. Plus, we're playing crap. So I didn't expect him to do anything in that game. So my point is, I can see the technical ability he's got. I can see when he plays them balls and he lures people in. I can see that kind of intelligence in his game. And I don't think he can play starting the team because there is players ahead of him. Ericsson is better than him. Bruno is better than him. But he's a great squad player to have. When they come out and he comes in, you're not going to see a drop down in ability. You're just not. And that's what my point is. And we got to not think that he's going to come in and do a Garnacho. He's not Garnacho. Sancho ain't even a Garnacho. He's not going to run at players and take them all on and supply a chance. That's my point. My point is just give him time to just play and stop thinking about him like he's going to pull out a mad performance, like do some mad skills and take 3 players on and set up a goal. He's not going to do that. So I just think we need to just calm down a bit, let him play, let him get into a groove. If he plays this season and he doesn't do anything and Ten Hag gives him his chance, then move on. But don't kill him straight away after 1 minute. Like I think we're being a bit too harsh. He's coming back. And I tell you from my experience, last minute on this on me, from my experience, when I come back in pre-season, like let's say I'm a 90 like rated player in my league. I was like a 60 rated player when I come back pre-season. Seriously, I couldn't play football to save my life. If you saw me in the first pre-season games, you'd be like, who's this player? Like, he's supposed to be our best player. Like, what's going on here? And then I'll get to the end of pre-season and I'm sharp as hell and I can bang goals for fun. And that's the difference. That's me. That's the type of player I am. And then there are some players who just play at a certain level all the time. So my point of the matter is if I'm not match fit, I'm no use to you. I can't score you 25 goals a season. If I am match fit and you give me all my games, I'm going to score 25 goals a season. It's just the way it is with players. Some players can do it. Some players can't. And I think Donny's just one of them players. So, but we've got here. I finished my point, my little rant there. Yeah, sorry, a bit long, but I had to do it. I feel sometimes the team on the whole don't use him enough when he plays. Exactly, Roy. No goals or assists yet. Scott scored yesterday from the 8. Who can't attack and who can again, Nate? Well, McTominay is a goal scorer, James. McTominay scores goals. He that's what he's about. He used to be a striker. He's got a great strike on him. Donny's not the same player as Scotty, so I don't understand what you mean there. But Scotty doesn't have the technical ability like Donny, but we're better side with McTominay. Look, McTominay was used very well last game, and I think he's looking a lot better than he looked when he was defensive midfielder because we have other players that complement him now. And it makes him look even better because we know he's got a great strike on him. We know he can smash people. And he's actually doing what he does best now. And he doesn't have to do what he doesn't do well at, if you get what I mean. And now we're seeing the fruits. And it's just players for positions. It's players for positions and the chemistry that needs to work there. So what you got a point on that, Alex, as well. You Are you thinking on something about that, or let me roll on with this?
No, roll on.
Scotty doesn't have. Okay, I agree with James. McTominay does more. Yeah, it's a different kind of thing. Yeah, of course he does. He's had much more chance as well. So I agree with James. McTominay does more. On the same page, Nate. Thank you, Paro. But but you did see a very plausible drop down in quality last night. First half, Donny in 10. No supply to forwards, as Ten Hag said. Second half, Bruno in 10 scored 4 goals. It isn't a drop in quality. Well, look, who came on the wing? We had much more balance and we had much more attacking threat. It wasn't just because of Donny, was it? So I'm looking at it and I'm going, Donny was in there, that's fine. I don't even know why he put Bruno on the right rather than Donny. I would have just put Donny on the right and Bruno in the hole, because that's where Bruno's best at. I would rather play your best players in their best positions. And then, to be fair, if anything, I would have played McTominay with Donny, not with Fred last game. And I think that would have been a much better combination. But I'm not going to put it down to Donny that happened, to be fair. I think Garnacho coming on made it a lot better. Exactly, Mr. James. Going forward, we don't need a McTominay in the side. Yes, we do. And he's done very well. McTominay's done very, very well. And I'm loving what I'm seeing from him. Are you, Alex? Are you loving what you're seeing now from him in this kind of setup?
Yeah, I think it just takes time for him to build. Like, I'm really conscious that he's not really had much game time. He's been injured, so I'm just like, let him have a few more months. I don't know if he's going to
Donny.
Sorry, are you talking about Donny or?
No, I was just talking about the McTominay, because you're saying I don't need McTominay in the side.
No, I think McTominay can stay. McTominay can stay for a bit.
What's this, James? What are you coming at me for? What's going on here? But you wouldn't offer justification for anyone else. You're having a look at for reasons to justify why he wasn't poor instead of telling me why he's good and works. That tells you everything. I know why he's good. He's got technical ability. He's got ability to pop the ball. And other players have the same problems. Like I said, McTominay, the same thing. Last year, we put in defensive midfield. He wins the ball, but can't play them balls out. Now he doesn't need to play them balls out. We've got other players that can do that. Now, when he wins the ball and he looks good, he just plays it to someone and he looks great. And he can get in the shooting position, scoring position, scores goal. Now he's doing everything that he's good at. You know? So that's what we need. We need players who can do the thing.
I also think as well, like, the players on the pitch as well. I mean, they all have a part to play in it as well. So it's like it comes from from the back to the middle to the front and vice versa. So it's like you analyzing all of them. It's like I didn't feel like any of them really were in the first half making that much of an effort. It was like such a dead game. And I think the problem is that, like the midfield is what you need that to control the game. That's why I think, when Eriksen came on, we provided that moment for it to slow down, because I love Eriksen's vision, like where he can just sort of like see who's where and then just do his magic. But I just think that, with Donny, it's like, it's one of those things where it's just going to take time. And we have to play in games like this for it to like. I'd rather it be in games like this to work itself out. I mean, we tried it against Aston Villa in the Sunday game, and it didn't work out.
It didn't work at all. Yeah,
let's just keep trying it. But I agree with you about Bruno. Like, I don't think Bruno's good on the right, but in a Ten Hag, the way that Ten Hag likes to set up his teams, they're supposed to be interchangeable. So it's one of those things where, what do you do? It's like he's going to have to continue to coach him to do that, I suppose.
Yeah. So. To be fair, what about this one?
How do you do that? 29, sorry, how do you do that? But go on, sorry.
No, keep Donny in the side then. Look, for me, I'll just tell you, he's not supposed to, for me, I wouldn't put him as a starting lineup, because I think that Eriksen and Bruno are better than him. But I just think he's a good player that can come in and you won't see too much of a down in technical ability. But the whole team has to do well for him to do well. Because at the end of the day, the ball has to get to him quickly, so then things can happen. Remember, when Eriksen wasn't playing, Bruno was not in the game as much because Eriksen wasn't finding them quick balls. Remember the ball through for Alex in the Arsenal game for Bruno? That quick ball straight through to Bruno, who was then able to make a pass. If that doesn't happen quick with Fred or McTominay on it, that doesn't happen, and then the next stage doesn't happen. So anyway, we've got a player there, and I think he would do a job. I know a player when I see one, and he definitely is a player. Just needs to come out. We need to get more out on him. But let's move on then. England players are announced, Alex, and these are the defenders. We've got Jordan Pickford, Nick Pope, and Aaron Ramsdale. Who's your goalkeeper? Who is your goalkeeper, number one? Or is there anyone that wasn't chosen as well from this in the goalkeeping position that you would have rather seen in there?
No, I like those three. I think my chosen person is Pickford. I feel really confident with Pickford. I think he does a great job. Maybe not for Everton, but I think he still does a good job for Everton, actually.
Yeah, he does.
I don't think he's terrible. I think he's good. I just think he's just got like not great defenders in front of him. But I think for England, he's always been pretty solid. So I'll stick with him for sure.
Okay, so with me, I like Pickford and I like his footwork. I think his kicking is brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and his confidence about himself is brilliant as well. I don't like his shot stopping too much. I think he does get beat a few times a bit too easily, but all the other side, like that weakness in him, and you look at the weaknesses in the other players, I think that he definitely should start as well. I think he definitely deserves. I don't want to see Pope in the first choice, Parel. That's something I don't agree with you. And last game, he was pretty poor. I saw him against, was it Italy that he played? It was bad. Like, he let in some mad goals as well. And I was thinking, what's going on here? Not looking too good there. Maybe that's just what's in my head at the minute. But defenders then, Alex. Any surprises in that defense? And who would be your starting back four in these? I'll keep it up for you. You can talk. Let me know.
Yeah, I think surprise is Kieran is Eric Dyer. I think the rest are like typical and I think definitely who you'd want to see because of just experience as well. And I think definitely I'm pleased that Ben White's in there because I think he definitely deserves his 100%. Shot for England. Yeah. Like I'm really pleased about that. Definitely. Yeah. I'm a little bit like concerned about Trent, but if they're playing in that back three thing, Trent will be as a wing back. Yeah, go for it.
Is that what they're going to do though? Do you think they're going to play like that?
He's going to play him as back three and wing backs. Yeah. That's what they're going to do. So Trent's going to play further up the field, which he actually likes in a way. Yeah. And then he'll be pinging in the crosses and then Bob's your uncle going to be getting some goals.
And how do you put the players in the team? So you're going with 5-3-2, yeah?
That's what he does. That's what he plays. Yeah.
I'm going with a 4-3-3. What I would pick. What would you pick as your back 5 or 4? Would you go with a 4-3-3 though? I'm asking you, what would you do?
I want to go with a 4-3-3, but
right. Who's your team at the back?
Oh, go on.
Who's your defense? Who's your defense?
For a 4-3-3?
Yes.
I just don't think it. Okay, if I had to go for a 4-3-3, I'd have Trippier on the right. I'd have Stones. I'd have Maguire, and then I'd have Luke Shaw.
Okay, right. That's just the back four.
Yeah.
I'm going with Walker, a fit Walker. I'm going with Ben White and John Stones and Shaw. That's my back four for right now. Based on who's playing the best, I think them four would definitely be the strongest back four for me.
I think though, if he's doing a back three, it would be you'd have like Walker. You'd have
White and Maguire.
Because so Stones. No, I would say.
Oh, Walker, you're going to put
Walker, Stones, and Maguire, and then you'd have Trent because having Stones there, he can pick up and cover because he's got such quick pace. He can recover if there's any danger and threats that are coming towards the goal. Whereas, like, it will really help out Trent. So I think that partnership would work if that was in the back three, that kind of formation that he does. So go on.
So, it makes sense. To be fair, it makes sense. If there was a back five, I would have Maguire, Stones, and Ben White at centre back. And then I would play Walker. I don't want to see Trent in a 5. I want to see Trent going forward, but I would just start with Walker because he's so pacey, ridiculous defending. Like, I love him. And Shaw would be my left-sided wing back because he does a job when he plays for England. And that would be my team. So that's my back 4 or back 5. So we've got a few here. We have to be honest. Maguire shouldn't be going. He shouldn't be going. He didn't even have a good game yesterday. He shouldn't be going, to be fair. But look, he's going to be going based on what he's done for England. And that's what the manager said. And to be honest, he's done okay for England. So we can't really kill him on that side. But you can say if it's based on form, shouldn't be going. You know, he's based a lot of other players on form. So, yeah, I understand your point. Ramsdale, Trent, White, Stones, and Shaw. You pretty much gone with mine. Oh, not Trent. Sorry, not Trent. Harry. You haven't even put yourself in, Harry. What's going on? What is going on?
Harry, that's terrible.
Right, Alex. You're going with the midfield now. Yeah, just the midfield. What are you telling me? It is an amazing midfield, by the way. We've got choices galore.
What a
in
delight.
a 4-3-3. In a 4-3-3, who are you going with?
Okay. So you've got to have Mason Mount. You have to.
In the hole, yeah? So you put in an attacking midfielder.
Actually, no. Sorry, let me start from the 3. Sorry.
The 2 at the back.
I just got so excited there. Let me start with the 3. Okay, let me go back. Let me see.
So you got 2 and 1 ahead, yeah?
Can I see the pictures again? So I can see all their beautiful faces. Thank you. Well, okay, so you definitely have to have Declan Rice, 100%.
Yes.
He's got to be in there. You need reinforcement. I would say, yeah, you have to. Calvin Phillips, though. You'd have to put Calvin Phillips in there. It's really hard.
If you've got Maguire, if you've got Maguire in there, you definitely have.
So it's literally like 6 defenders.
Yeah, a fortress in front of him. Yeah, understand that. So you're going with Rice. You're going with absolute Southgate settings. Okay, go on.
Yeah, I'm thinking about what he would do. I'm trying to
think about what you want to do.
Okay,
I'm asking
what do I want to do? Okay, what do I want to do? So I would. So the players that I would pick, right? So let me start from the top because that, to me, makes more sense for me. Is that I'd have Kane, I'd have Bukayo Saka, and then I would have Rashford. But I think it's difficult because in certain games, you might want a Grealish to be there or something like that. That would be my starting point. And it's like the 3 behind is quite tough because you look at. I'm thinking about their abilities as players and what they can do. So I think I definitely put Declan Rice back there. I would also put Jude Bellingham actually on the pitch because I think he can do.
Right.
All rounder.
Now we're getting somewhere.
He can do everything, So that would be it for me. And then it's just the other person. Like my mind is saying, oh, Conor Gallagher, but again, I don't know positionally if that is to him to be in that 3 there. Would that work? But he'd have to be in the middle, and then it'd be Jude Bellingham here, and then Declan Rice. Maybe Rice, Bellingham, and Gallagher.
Okay, is that what you got with there?
Yeah.
Okay, so my 3 would be Rice, Bellingham, and I'd put Foden in the hole. And if Foden's not in the hole, I'm going to put Maddison in the hole. Do you know why?
Yeah.
Do you know why I put Maddison in the hole?
Yeah.
Because of this. 30 goal involvements. He scored the most out of all them players.
Yep.
And assisted the most.
Yep.
How can you ignore that? You can't.
You can't.
It's ridiculous. Absolute ridiculousness. And we were thinking he might not even go. So he would be my second choice to go in there, though, even though, because I love Foden, and I want him in my side. It's Rice, Bellingham. And remember, I've got my back 4 that it doesn't really need protection as much because I've got Ben White and Stones and Walker and Shaw. Then I've got Rice, Bellingham and Foden. And then I'm going with, at this moment in time, Saka's going on my right, Kane is going up front. And I'm kind of between because Grealish has been doing well this year. But then Sterling has also been absolute fire for England. And he's also done well so far. He's still done well. So it's kind of like I don't know who I should pick between Grealish and Sterling. I think what I'd do, I'd start with Sterling and I'd bring Grealish on. And I've got the interchangeables after. But looking at that side, man, you've got good options. You've got very good options there. And, I think Mason Mount does a great job. So he would come on. It would be between Maddison and Mount, who could come on for Foden in the hole. Then you've got Rashford, who can come on for Sterling or Grealish. You've got Kane or Rashford can go up front. And then you've got Callum Wilson. So you've got everything. Phillips can come on for a tiring Rice. That's the way I'm just watching it thinking that would be great. That would be in a great England side, to be fair. So
it would be. I can't wait now. You got me all excited. I feel excited.
I'm excited now. I really am excited. But will he pick that tide, though?
That's next weekend. Yes, it's next weekend. Oh.
Is it?
Yes, it's next weekend, next Sunday.
That quick. Right. We've got the last 2 to come up with. So we've got Ronaldo exit in January. What do you think about this? Because we know he's been given a chance. He's been given the captain's armband. He's been playing since that problem that he had. But the problem is he hasn't really scored and done anything for us during that time. And it's not all his fault because we haven't really supplied him. And then some of the little chances he's had, he hasn't really put them away. But do you see him being able to stay in the side and play? Because that's what it seems like Ten Hag's kind of like succumbed to a little bit of pressure here for keeping him in the side no matter what. But do you see Martial playing and then Ronaldo leaving in January or not?
Oh, it's so hard because I mean, I think, first and foremost, he's obviously an incredibly talented player. I just don't think right now that this league is for him. I think that if he was in...
Sorry. Do you remember Miss Cavani? She's changed today.
This is Casemiro, formerly Mrs. Cavani.
Love it. You've been divorced and married quick. Love it.
I love that as well.
Oh my gosh. Sorry. Carry on. Sorry.
It's fine. So it's just really, really difficult because last season, obviously, he got us out of so many miserable things and gave us a few moments of joy from winning. But this season, it's a new manager, it's new players, it's a new fresh squad, and I just don't feel like the way that we're playing is suited to him. And even if I think, okay, for example, if we were supplying, it's just I find that he gets dispossessed a lot, like when he's in the final third. I think that it's quite difficult for him, and just the pace of the game. And we know that he takes care of himself. He's really professional in that way. He's really passionate about the game and wants to keep going for as long as possible. But when is there a time when you're like, okay, you know what, this isn't for me, and I'm gonna just like go and play here or do something here because this is more suited to me. So like the Italian league, potentially is an option again for him. I don't know, but I just think in the direction that we want to go in, I just don't see him being a part of that vision and of where we want to go. So yeah, it's sad because of everything that's happened with him in the past and being one of our legends, but it's just like we have to get to that point where we have to be realistic about where we want to go with the team. And unfortunately, I think his time is up, and I would like him to go in Jan, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well, United Boy said his head has already left the building pretty much. I think he needs to get moving and just go somewhere where it's not going to be so hard to kill it, to be fair. He needs to be a player who's going to just be the first man for the team and always the first man, and then he will bang goals eventually, and then you'll see his goals to games ratio go up. But I think he's fighting a major uphill battle now that he's the age he is, and the way that we know he knows where he's not first choice. He knows he's got one game or so to play and score, and then he still might not start if Martial's fit. So he needs to just go. He needs to go, and we need to get another striker in. I don't like to say it because I love Ronaldo, but we don't play a way that's going to make him do well. I don't think we do. And the chances seems to never drop to him. They always drop to someone else. Or we just we spam the box with crap balls, like we said against Villa. Why are we trying to cross the ball from so deep with everybody in position? You cross balls from there when you cross it behind the defence and players are running onto it. Not when everyone's standing there in the line ready to head it out. You'll never score a goal like that. So yeah, he needs to leave in January. Jinwei 888 says, "What do you think the future of United youth will be with Ten Hag in charge now?" You can answer that one, Alex.
What do I think the future of the youth will be? I mean, I think that that is something that I was listening to a press conference that he was giving, and I think that's definitely something he's interested in developing the youth and developing that side of things. I just think right now as well, like the first team have to come first and just like figuring out who's going to play where and what's going to happen. But I do think we have a really strong history and background of developing youth players, so I don't think he's going to let that fall by the wayside. And I don't think our technical director of football, Darren Fletcher, should be letting that go either. I think that that side of it is really for Darren Fletcher to kind of like figure out and sort out. Whereas like for Ten Hag, it's mostly about building this team and scouting for players that can make an impact in this team, like moving forwards.
Yeah, totally agree. Miss Casemiro said Eddie left me for another club. Oh my gosh. You're crazy, Miss Casemiro. I love it. Love it. You're learning your Spanish now, yeah?
Well, she's already
learning Brazilian, innit? So, yeah, same here. So all good, all good, all good. No problem. We'll welcome you anyway, anytime. But yeah, in terms of the youth, I think he's going to bring them through when we've got a side that are settled and can play the way he wants fully. He'll throw players straight into the positions that are interchangeable. But for the time being, he can't really afford to do that with a lot of players. But I do want to see a Palestri come on, and see what he's about, because he does have nice little bits of ability about him. I don't know why we didn't just put him on the right and through, and so then at least we have someone whose natural side is on the right. But maybe he didn't want to change it up too much. That was probably what it was. But we are moving on to the last thing here. And it's a game in the league before the season stops. And it is this team, Fulham. And it's this man, Pereira, who's been playing and scored against City in the penalty. And it's this man here who keeps bagging goals for fun, scored plenty goals in the championships, come through to the Prem and continued his goal scoring. He had been injured recently, but look, they're no joke, because look where they are in the league. They are just in ninth. They're 19 points. If they win, they're on 22 points. Right behind us. Right behind us. And to be fair, we've had 2 wins, a loss and 2 draws. And they've had 2 wins, a loss and 2 draws. So it's identical form at the moment. And this, as you can see, we're falling away from some of these teams. Yeah, Newcastle won, we lost. Tottenham won, we lost. We're now 3 points behind Tottenham and 4 behind. I know we got a game in hand, but really we need to start winning these games. And I was asking you the question, Alex, is this a must-win game for us because it's Fulham who've just come up? And we know it's going to be tough. But what your thoughts on this game coming now? The fact that we got Anthony, I hope we got Anthony back. I hope we get Sancho back. We have the options of everybody. That would be great. But what are you thinking of this game?
I think Mitrovic is out, isn't he? I don't think he's going to be starting tomorrow. I hope so too as well.
Sunday, yeah.
It's a must-win game. Every game is a must-win game for me. I know it's not necessarily easy, but it's a must-win game. I think that we have to just throw everything in the kitchen sink like we did when we were playing against Villarreal. We used to like even throw Harry up top, whatever. I don't care. Like,
get Marshall up there now. No problem.
No, we have to win this. Well, we have to just like improve on our away record as well, and just like win and show that dominance. How are we gonna like kind of move into that sphere if we're kind of just constantly losing away games? Like that's something we need to work on. So it's a must win for me.
Yeah, definitely. We need to get that. We go down to the Cottage and absolutely show them what we're made of. Can we have the most possession in the game? Can we have much more chances that we've been getting of recent? And can we see Anthony come back? What's happened to him? Like, when did he get injured? Like, what happened? Like, I know he was holding his thigh in the game against, who was it? Chelsea? Was it Chelsea? When he came off? No, when he done that spin.
That was against Villarreal, I think. That was in the...
Yeah. Or was it Ammonia?
Was it?
Yeah, it's Ammonia, because we battered them in the end, didn't we? And it was 0-0 at the time, and everyone was talking about him. So we need to see him come back, man. I'm missing him. I'm missing him a lot, actually. I need to see him. If not, I want to see Sancho come and be on the right. I don't want to see him on the left again, to be fair. Not especially that we got Mr. Garnacho on the left and Rashford playing the way he's playing. We got nice options now. And then nice players to come on for them players when they get tired. So exactly. I'm buzzing about United at a minute, and Garnacho's making me. That is that reason. Mitrovic, if fit, will be a problem. Real Home guy says, I need some practice up front in case Southgate wants me to Kane's place for England. It is true. You never know. You ahead of Callum Wilson, maybe. I don't know. Let's throw him up. But that's all we have for today. But look, the game is at 4:30 on Sunday. Let's get this up 1 second. I've just messed up something here. Where is that? Yeah, so we've got the game 4:30 Sunday at the Craven Cottage, and the match reaction will be 6:45. Alex, if you can join us for that, would be great. If not, just give us your opinions in the comments as well. But again, Alex, great to have you on. It's been a fun few topics for you. Bit of debate, massive debate on the Donny situation. Let's see how that unfolds in the future. But until next time, Alex, I will see you soon. And everyone in the comments, thank you for joining us. And make sure, if you're new, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and also tap the notification so you know whenever we're coming on. Again, peace out.